foundations, different sponsoring organizations, and for that, to find information about those options, you need to register for. You need to read. There is a number of websites that, for example, eastchance.com, for example. So they will publish information about all the scholarships available. So the rest, you can just Google scholarships for Moldovans or scholarships from Moldovan students or something like that. And then you will see that there is a number of websites that contain all the information about these scholarships. And then you just browse through all the categories and you find whatever you need. So, and they have up-to-date information. So which means I was giving somebody an example, what kind of website exists, and I signed up accidentally for one website which is kind of scholarships.com, and now I'm receiving newsletters from them. Like every 3 days I receive an email from them informing me about new scholarships, like Australian government gives certain scholarships, Norwegian government gives certain scholarships. So if you sign up for those newsletters, you can even you don't need to check those websites. You'll be receiving emails with newsletters. Now I can see that we have a number of ladies here. So ladies are considered to be underrepresented, and somehow well, they didn't have enough access to higher education, especially in the West. So now there is a number of scholarships specifically for women. Just by the fact that you are a woman, so your chances increase immensely if you apply for a scholarship. So because you are a woman, so just woman from developing country, so that increases your chances a lot. You can Google and search for scholarships for women. Now, if you think that, okay.
If you apply for a scholarship, can you take some dependents with you, for example,
Yes.
a child?
Yes, absolutely.
And it will cover the expenses for the child?
Well, formally they do not encourage this. Sometimes some scholarships can cover. It depends. So, but very often it's just like for one student, single student. But all the students I know who are on scholarships, they brought their families. It's not just child. It can be husband, it can be wife, and sometimes even grandma or somebody else. So what happens? You just show that you have extra little bit of money, and then normally I don't know about any case when people were not able to bring. I know one case in Canada. One guy was crying. Yes, he couldn't bring his family. I don't know, for some reason they were so strict, but he was from Uzbekistan. I don't know, maybe something. He was okay, but he was not able to. Yes, exactly. So, but this is the only case I know. So it should be no problem at all. And then very often your dependent, husband, or I don't know, kids again. So some universities may even provide childcare for your kids, like that helps a lot. And then if you have your husband or wife, so they can get right to work full time, which helps.
For both, for parents, for mom?
No, just for your spouse. You are a student,
Yes.
and your spouse, so.
And you can only work 20 hours per week.
But they can work like full time. So this is the case in the US. This is the case in the UK and in some other countries as well.
It depends from scholarship to scholarship. So as far as I understand, most scholarships allow you to take your dependents with you, but most of the time they will not give you extra money.
You will have to pay for them.
Yes, yes.
For the application.
But there are exceptions. For example, have you ever heard about Bill Gates scholarship at Cambridge University? It's a really, really interesting scholarship. So Bill Gates recently donated a lot of money to Cambridge University, and they give a very good stipend. So it's something like £13,000 per year, which basically is more than £1,000 per month. Okay. Then if you bring your spouse with you, then your spouse, you will get an extra something like £5,000 for a spouse, and some amount of money for the first child and for the second child as well. So it can be like a real good business, you know, to go and study to Cambridge under Bill Gates scholarship. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's.
But it's very, very competitive.
Yeah, it's very competitive on one, but you need also speaking about tips. Sometimes some sponsoring organization can offer some scholarships, and not many people know about those. For specific, like say for women or for women from developing countries, and not so many people know about those scholarships, one thing. And the other thing is that people are afraid to apply for those scholarships. They think, well, so it's not me, I cannot do that. And I remember like 5 or 7 years ago, people who were running scholarships here, like I already knew them because we worked in the same system. So, and they would ask me and other people whom they knew, do you know anyone who can apply? Nobody applied. We had a lot of money. Nobody applied. So, and then it can happen so that, you know, there is money sitting there and nobody applies. And then if 2 people apply, they can get approved. So your chances kind of increase. Do not be afraid to apply, because sometimes if everybody thinks that, well, it's not for me, then, well,
that is for you.
Yes, that is for you. And another thing, so I've seen people who got very good scholarships, and they are not the smartest people, but they have very strong will, and they're trying. They're trying to apply. They're very determined. So this is the characteristic of the person who wins. It's not the best expert in the field. It's not the smartest. The smartest are sitting at home because they think, well, probably it's not me. I don't know so much. But people who are not confident, so they apply and they get very good scholarships. So it's about being persistent, being quite determined, and keeping applying. Yeah. Questions at this point?
I have a question. What about the students who have double citizenship? I mean, Romanian and Moldavian. So, what is more convenient to use, the one or the other?
Well, it depends.
Don't tell anyone. Both. Use both separately.
Separately, yes.
You can apply as to different people.
Yeah, I
One
mean.
lives in Moldova and another one lives
Right, so the thing is that if, for example, you need to be kind of a little bit realistic and know your own situation. If you think that you are strong enough to compete for, place at Oxford University or at prestigious university as a just European citizen, you need to know that a lot of European citizens will apply. As a European citizen, so you do not have to pay. Sometimes it's free, sometimes it's very low tuition and fee. This is an advantage. In some cases you can do that. But if you can see that a certain program or a certain university offers some scholarships for women from developing countries, then you forget about your Romanian citizenship and apply as a Moldovan citizen. Because it increases your chances. Just you need to be a little bit. I cannot give you a universal recipe, but you need to be a little bit. See the context, see the situation. Yes, just
Be informed. To be informed.
Yes, you need to weigh all your. Yes.
I can tell you a story. I knew a lady who won a scholarship by Open Society Foundation to study in the UK, and the scholarship was for Moldovans because Moldova is considered to be a developing country, and she won it as a Moldovan. Okay, and then when it came to a stage when she actually had to travel to the UK, she said, "Oh, but I have a Romanian passport. Maybe I can just go. I don't want to go to university and ask to the embassy and ask for a visa." And they said, "Well, you won it as a Moldovan citizen, so you need to go there as a Moldovan citizen. So go and apply